welcome back to Rosie Sews Modern Vintage. I'm Rosie and it is really lovely to have you here today. What I wanted to talk to you about today is some of the lovely goodies that I have had in the post recently. As you know, I love a bit of vintage, and so I've got a few kind of sewing inspired purchases that I thought you might like to see. Now, the first thing that I bought was something that I have been looking on eBay and Etsy for a while, and that is like a catalogue, a fashion catalogue from the 1950s. I mean, I'm also interested in 1940s, 1930s, but obviously the older they get, the harder they are to get hold of and the more expensive they become. But this one I managed to find on eBay for a really good bargain price, and it is a French fashion magazine from, sewing pattern magazine from 1959. And I really like it because it gives me some inspiration for outfits that I can make. If you've watched my previous vlog from last year where I talked about how to create a vintage inspired wardrobe from modern patterns, you can kind of use pictures like this to kind of say, oh, okay, I've got a pattern that's a similar style to that, but if I make it in this fabric, I could make it more vintage style. So that's the kind of thing that I wanted it for. So I'll show you some of the pictures. I mean, I just love this. This is all like nightwear. Aren't they just gorgeous pictures? I really love this kind of cropped trouser and little baby doll outfit. I've never made nightwear, but these really inspire me. I feel like I would love to give it a go. And the other thing that I love in here is all the adverts, which I'll show you in a minute. So here's some actual clothing adverts. I love this dress. Was it a suit? Yeah, it's a suit. I love that. That's really beautiful. And then this jacket and dress at the bottom I really like as well. There's so much, for me, there's so much inspiration in here. It's just perfect. There's another page on the little black dress. Lots of different styles. I really like this one. Very Audrey Hepburn. Let me see if I can find some adverts for you because they are just gorgeous as well. I'm trying to find one. Oh yeah, here we are. So it's a watch advert. So pour les madame for ladies, pour homme for the men. Oh no, pour monsieur for the men. So 1959, these are the kind of watches they would have been wearing. Kind of nice just to get a glimpse into life then, you know. Anyway, so that I really, really love. It's very special and a bit of treasure, so I shall be putting that somewhere safe. It kind of came wrapped in plastic and everything, so I kind of think it might be nice to copy some of the pages and frame them. I'm not sure yet, but it seems a shame just to have it tucked away. Another thing that I bought from eBay was this Vogue book of smart dressmaking, and I actually bought it for the front cover because it's just so beautiful, isn't it? Such lovely colours, really kind of just, I don't know, just vibrant and happy making. But again, there's some amazing adverts in here. Because it's English, it's easier to read them as well. So let me just find you one. Here we go. This is for washing powder. Sylvan Flakes. No clothes coupons could buy it. Isn't it lovely? What else have we got? The thread. Clothes last longer with chessboard sewing silks. So adorable. It's actually a book of like skills, sewing skills. So for example, how to make different pockets for different garments. I've just opened up a page and I've discovered a little piece of a pattern piece. So this is what patterns looked like in the 40s and 50s. They didn't have any writing on, they just had all the marks and the notches, and you would read the pattern instructions to know what everything meant. So patterns are much easier to use now than they were then. But everybody sewed, so they kind of knew instinctively. Mothers and daughters would, mothers would pass on the skill to their daughters in a way that we don't really do it now. There's even things about shearing, even how to shear by hand, not necessarily doing everything on the machine. So yeah, anyway, that book again makes me really happy, and it's so stupid because it's, it's just a silly book, but I really love it. I can't remember what year it said it was made. Let me see if it said. No, I've got a feeling it was early 50s though, from the look of the fashion and things in there. I think it was early 50s. So those are the two kind of booky things that I bought. And then I've been buying some vintage sort of notions. So I came across a vintage seller on Instagram called A Bit Button Jeff, and he mainly sells buttons, vintage buttons, but also buckles and bias binding and all sorts of things like that when they've found like dead stock from shops. And I think quite a lot of it's been French. So I ordered a lovely batch of things from him. So first thing is these beautiful buttons. So these are all 1940s buttons. And the thing is, they look so nice on the card that I don't want to take them off, but they would also be beautiful on clothes. So I'm going to have to be strict with myself and make sure I do take some. Then there's also these ones. Aren't they beautiful? Now, these buckles just make me so happy, and I can't wait to make some belts to go with dresses and things that are vintage style. Look at this one. So this is a 1940s mother of pearl shell. Trying to get the light to show the colours. Buckle. So that's really beautiful. And then this lovely green one. They've got a real sort of sparkle to them. Originally, when they would be on display in the shop, they would be on a big card, and then they're all serrated here, so you would just tear off the one or two that you wanted to buy. So I don't know, I wish that I could go back in time and go shopping for things like this and see them in all the haberdasheries and everything, and just have so much choice. Oh, it would be bliss, wouldn't it? But I have to be content with shopping on Instagram. This is some rickrack, very fine rickrack, and I think there's 3 yards. This is clearly not French, but very, very pretty. And then the final thing that I purchased was some superfine 6 yards of superfine bias fold tape, and it's very thin tape, which is nice because generally you get it quite thick these days, and it's ready folded and basically beautiful. And again, I don't want to open the packet. I just want to look at it because it's so pretty. But anyway, I'm going to have to be strict with myself and actually make myself use them, otherwise it's a complete waste really. I've seen a few other places on Instagram that sell all these kind of vintage sewing notions, so I'll list a few of the companies below, but there's a particular one that I'm very interested in buying from called Anchors Away Vintage, and they have a shop in Kent, and I really, really want to visit. It's in Whitstable. Whitstable just looks like a lovely town, so I'd really like to go there, and we had got a holiday planned there at the end of March, but of course it got cancelled because of lockdown, so hopefully we might get there next year. But yeah, if I go shopping there, I'll have to take loads of money because I know I want to buy everything. The last thing that I wanted to show you, this is not vintage inspired at all, but it's just something that has made me really happy, is this really pretty necklace that I won in a competition run by Autumn at Aurelia, I think it's called, and she makes all sorts of lovely acrylic jewellery, and this one is the polar bear, and he's layered and everything. He's really special. So that was my prize, but when I received the prize, she also sent me these really pretty earrings, which are really cute. I love them. So thank you so much, Autumn, for that. Anyway, that's it from me today. I hope you've enjoyed this quick little video with all my shopping that I've done in the last few weeks, and I will look forward to seeing you again soon. Happy sewing, everyone. Bye.